Welcome back, everyone. So today we have a Toyota Hilux in for a routine service, and while we will be completing the maintenance, we'll also be giving it a full inspection to check for any additional issues and also just to keep it running at its best. So to start, the hood of the car is popped and the engine is checked for any issues. Then Eddie's going around to all the tires and just looking behind them and making sure the suspension is in working order. The car is raised using a jack, which then gives us better access to the undercarriage and also makes it easier for when we drain the oil. Moving on to the oil change. So all the old oil is drained, which then leaves room for the new oil to be put in, and then that should be good for another 10 to 15,000 kilometers before we once again change it. And here's a sneak peek into one of the filters we changed. So going back to the engine, the first time we did an inspection, Eddie saw some markings of rats, and now we're looking more closely into the damage they did. The first sign of rats was the bite marks on the brake fluid reservoir, as you can see here. And here's an up-close look at the damage the rats did. And this is also another reason you want to do these inspections, because if the rats had chewed through those wires, instead of just replacing the protection over them, you'd have had to replace all of them, which would have just cost the customer even more. Next, the fuel filter is replaced. The old one has already been removed, so the new one is then installed. All the fuel lines are securely reconnected and tightened. Once fitted, the system is then double checked for any leaks to ensure the engine receives a nice, clean, uninterrupted supply of fuel. After the new fuel filter has been placed and secured, then the new oil is poured in. To finish off the service, all the brake pads are inspected to make sure they're still in good condition and don't need replacing. And for this example of drum brakes, the brake shoes are first inspected by removing the wheel, followed by the drum brake. Once the drum brake is off, then the brake shoe lining is checked for any wear and tear, and the remaining thickness is also measured to make sure there is no metal on metal. If everything is good and in working order, then the drum shoe and wheel are refitted and the car is now ready for the road again.